then wanted to say everyone. So it ended up saying, "What's up, everygun?" What's up, everyone? Niko here, and today I'm talking about my thoughts on the Nintendo Switch. I'm sorry that I look like a zombie today. I didn't go to school today because I was sick. I still don't feel swell whatsoever, but I still needed to make a video today about the NX/Switch now, because, you know, that's what's going on. #1 on YouTube, trending. Yeah, get that promo, Nintendo. But no, I am thoroughly happy. If you guys didn't know, this channel was originally a Nintendo channel that did Pokemon, but now it's mostly just a Pokemon channel. But I still like to talk and discuss Pokemon, Nintendo, because, I mean, Pokemon is under Nintendo in a way. At least they work with Nintendo. So it is important to talk about Nintendo because a lot of times news with Nintendo will impact Pokemon. So, I'm sorry if I sniffle throughout this video, but the NX, now called the Switch, is a phenomenal idea in my opinion. It is a home console that switches into a home console on the go, a handheld. So, not only can you play this as like a Wii U, but you can also play it as a 3DS. Just like hypothetically, like just think about it in that way. It's like combining the two together. It's not the Wii U or the 3DS. It's completely different, but just think about it like that, how it's a home console but also on the go. So as you're buying this thing, you're not only getting a home console, you're also getting a handheld. So that's why I bring up the idea. It's like buying a Wii U but also getting a 3DS, which is really, really, really cool. I think it's going to be a phenomenal idea, not only marketing and commercially, but in terms of really branching out to people. I mean, like, you can play, like, I know one of my friends, he's like, oh, now I can play Skyrim on the go, because Skyrim was on the trailer. So he can play Skyrim on his home console at home, but then also take it to school or take it on road trips. Switching topics, see what I did there? I'm going to do this whole video, just switch puns over puns. There's also so much potential when it comes to, now Nintendo has a powerful console that is back to the basics. It reminds me kind of like the N64 in the way. It is a standard, strong console. Now, it does have gimmicks. All Nintendo consoles have something original, unique, that's really, really cool and wants you to buy it, which is the hybridity. Hybridity, is that a thing? Probably not. But the main core of the system is a good system that can compete against every other system. And we see that, and we have proof of that, because of the list they released. I'm sorry if there's noise in the background, but the list they released of all of their third-party supporters. They have Bandai Namco, Sega, which they already kind of had Sega, but they have, trying to think of the big ones. They have the people who made Skyrim, or Bethesda. They have, they just have they have the, why am I forgetting the name? The people who make the Final Fantasy games. I can't believe it's Square Enix. I'm sorry. I'm just completely blanking out right now because I'm sick. But yeah, they have a ton of third-party supporters supporting them, which means it's probably going to be on the same level of the PS4 when it comes to the power of the console, because it's going to be running the same games. And all of the dev reporters are now coming out saying they love the NX dev kits. They've been saying it since the start, but now that they actually can talk about more, they said they loved working with the Switch. So I'm thinking like, okay now, okay. It's going to be good for all Nintendo fans, because you can be a Nintendo fan without having to only play Nintendo games. You can play all other games just like you can on the PS4 or the Xbox One, but on your Nintendo console with all the Nintendo exclusives too, which is something they really, really needed, and it's something that we really got to see, because we saw the basketball game, probably NBA 2017, so that's really cool. Because a lot of gamer fans play the sports games like WWE, FIFA, stuff like that. So that's really cool. So we're really inclusive this generation. Because if you look at the Wii U, personally for me, I really don't play any games other than Nintendo games, with a few exceptions. Like 80% of my favorite games this generation were Nintendo exclusives, but that's just me. What I'm trying to say is, for me personally, it doesn't really affect me if there's tons of third-party supporters, but it's cool for everyone else who plays mostly like the sports games or Skyrim or, my gosh. But you know what I mean, right? So it's like more inclusive now, which is really cool. You have the thing where you can play on the go with controllers with other people, so it's a handheld console that's also a home console. It's like a handheld home console. Like, it's not... Like, you can bring it with you as the home console, because you can play with other people, too, on the go, which is really cool. So, there's just so many capabilities with this. There are a few games that were announced with it, which my favorite game of 2015, and probably my favorite game this decade, is Splatoon. Either it's a big revamp of the original, and it's like the Switch, or like Splatoon Switch or something, or it is Splatoon 2. I'm so excited for whatever the case is. Even if it's just a remastered with more DLC, I'll still be happy because I'm that big of a Splatoon fan. But if it is Splatoon 2, I will go crazy. But, I mean, I also kind of want them to take their time, you know, because if they release it, like, that summer, it'll only be 2 years after release, so I don't mind if they have to wait until, like, 2020, 2019, I mean, I'm not gonna, like, volunteer myself to wait longer, but like a 2019, 2018 release date, I'd be perfectly fine with Splatoon. And if they release a remastered version with more DLC to hold us off, I'm on board, okay? As long as I can play it on the next system, I'm happy. They have a new 3D Mario game, which doesn't seem like it would be anything like 2. Like, it wouldn't be N64, Mario 64 2. It's not going to be Galaxy 3 like I was hoping for, but it does look like a new 3D Mario, and as long as we get a new 3D Mario, like, within, like, the first few months of the release, I'm on board. I'm happy. I love my 3D Mario games. There's not a single 3D Mario game that I don't like. I just love them all, so I'm on board with whatever they have planned, 3D Mario-wise. Was there any other game? They did show Amiibo, which is really nice, because I love my Amiibo, and a lot of people love their Amiibo, so not only does that probably mean we're getting more Amiibo in the future, but that pretty much confirms, I mean, the Amiibo were right next to the console, so I'd bet money on it that we would get Amiibo support or some type of functionality with the NX. I'm so used to calling it for NX for 3 years. I do like the name Switch. It's just, it's going to take a while to get used to because we call it NX for like 2-3 years. What else? I don't really think there's much else. There is a standard controller that's really cool, and a pro controller that all looks really cool, so that's really nice that we are back to that. What I said at the start of the video is, it really like feels like a strong, standard, no like crazy things trying to cover it up, good Nintendo console. You know what I mean? Obviously it is a fun gimmick that you can also make it hybrid, and I feel like too many people consider the word gimmick as a negative thing, like they give it a negative connotation. Gimmick can always be good. There's a lot of good things that come from the Wii gimmick of shaking and the body like movement, but the biggest and best gimmick is by far the dual screen and the touch screen on the DS, and so many games, great games, came out of that touch capability and the dual screen capability that, like, you really can't give the word gimmick a bad name, okay? So, when I say gimmick, I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean the gimmick of hybrid-idity, just love saying that. It's such a good gimmick. Like, you can take it on the go. You can play it at home. It's all in one. It's everything you like from Nintendo in one console. It's your DS and your Wii, your 3DS and your Wii U, your Game Boy and your GameCube. There's everything that you like from Nintendo together. And I think that's going to get a lot more people on board with this system, because they're probably not going to make another Nintendo handheld now. So the next Pokemon game, the next Fire Emblem game, the next... what other handheld mostly games are there? They're all going to be on the Switch, probably. So you're going to get all the Pokemon fans on board. So that's really cool. There's just so many capabilities and possibilities with this Switch system. And obviously, Okay, I'm a Nintendo fanboy. I'm rarely against something Nintendo does. I am totally on board with this. I am so excited. I'm not disappointed. There's not an ounce of disappointment in me. The only thing I'm disappointed in is that it didn't come out this holiday season. Just because, I mean, I have Sun and Moon. I have Sun and Moon to look forward to, obviously. But it would have just been so much fun to get all of this winter season, because I feel like so many people get their gifts, so many people get their systems. It just would have been a lot more fun, everyone getting their systems at the same time, which it'll still be fun in March. I'm just saying it would have been more fun in Christmas time, but, or just holiday season in general. So that's the only complaint I have, but that's not even a complaint at the system at all. So I'm just really excited, and it's going to be a long 6 months, but we're probably going to get a lot of information to hold us off, and the final Wii U games, the final 3DS games. For me, personally, as a Pokemon super fan, Sun and Moon's going to hold me over for a long time. Like, X and Y held me over for a good... It would have held me over for 2 years, but then Alpha Sapphire came out a year after, so... It's going to hold me off for a while, so I'll be fine. We'll all probably be fine. Thanks for watching. Tell me what you think about the Nintendo Switch, and I'll see you guys next time.